Let's do it. Okay, great. Yeah, always. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Emily, and I'm glad you said heartfelt because today I'm going to do a lot of heart openers because I don't know about you guys, Zoom meetings and having on my computer and watching too much Netflix. I just feel like I need to expand my heart a little bit. So we're going to focus on that. And if you do have blocks or blankets or pillows or something just to prop you up here and there, or books, that would be great. So with that, let's get started. We're going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So that's, we're going to be reclined back on our mat. Our feet are going to be touching each other. Our knees are apart. And if you want to put blocks or pillows underneath your thighs just for a little bit of support, that's fine. I'd invite you to close your eyes, and if that's not comfortable for you, you can just have your gaze at the end of your nose or just soft gaze, and maybe place your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your stomach, and focusing now on your breath, just coming out of your head and just focusing on being on the mat. Big inhale through the nose. And big exhale. Let's do that one more time. Really audible. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time on your own. Just letting your body melt into the mat. There might be some thoughts coming into your head. Just let them come in and come out. No need to engage. You have, for the next hour, we're just gonna be focused on our mat and moving our body. So gently grabbing the outside of your thighs, just gently bring your knees together so your feet are flat on their mat, and your feet can be about hip distance apart. Arms are on the ground, palms are on the ground, and when we inhale, we're going to lift our arms overhead, touching the ground behind our head, and exhale, bring your arms back down to by your hips. Inhale. Raise your arms up. And exhale your arms all the way down. One more time, inhale. Nice and slow and controlled, starting to warm up the body. Bring your arms all the way down. And on your next inhale, we're going to raise our hips up to the ceiling. And then exhale, rolling your back all the way down. Let's start turning on our glutes and our hamstring and our core. Inhale, hips up. And exhale, rolling all the way down. Inhale, hips up. Try to squeeze your thighs so they're parallel to each other. Then exhale down. Now let's put that all together. So we're going to inhale our arms up and our hips up. Exhale, lowering everything down. Inhale, arms up, hips up. And exhale down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale everything down. Nice. Let's bring our knees into our chest, giving our knees a little circle one way, circle the other way. Place our hands behind our thighs and our chin to our chest. We're just going to rock on our spine, nice and gentle, forward and back. Carefully try not to roll on your neck, just getting a nice little massage. And then next time you're up, just hold here in Navasana in boat pose. Your legs can be parallel to the ground, and if you need a little bit more, you can extend your hands. If you need a slight little more, you can extend your legs out, just warming up our core. Chest is open. The theme of the day, heart is opening to the ceiling. Good. Cross your ankles if you can, and then just roll over your legs. We're coming in a tabletop, so however you want to get there. Just be gentle to yourself. Now come to tabletop, so neutral back. Crown is reaching to the front of the room. Reach your right leg back behind you so the ball of your foot is on the ground, and just kind of rock back and forth so you get a nice little toe stretch here. Maybe spreading your toes on the mat. And if you want a little bit more, you can raise your leg just about hip distance apart. Heel is towards the ceiling, toe is towards the ground, core is engaged, hips are parallel. And then if you want a little bit more, you can reach your left arm out in front of you, so you're reaching in opposite directions. Inhale, we're going to lengthen. Exhale, bend your leg and reach behind you. Try to tap your toe, if you can find it. And then inhale all the way back. Inhale, keeping your hips nice and parallel. And reaching. And exhale, tap. Now, try to hold onto your toe if you can, or just pause there for a moment, or you can keep doing those extensions. And maybe come into a little bit of a bow pose, so opening your chest up to the front of the room. Maybe your chin rises up slightly. Your glutes are on fire. Using your breath. Slowly bring it all the way down, and bring your right knee into your chest. Placing your right foot in between your hands, coming into a low lunge. So make sure you're not on your knee directly, just on your kind of upper thigh. And then you're getting a nice stretch in your left thigh area. So opening your chest up here. Placing your hands on your thigh. Don't just dump down into your thigh. Really engage your core and your pelvic floor so you're lifting yourself up. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling, maybe looking up. And exhale, clasp your hands behind your back if you can. If not, just down to the floor. Opening up your chest and really roll your shoulders down and away from your ears and lift your chest up to the ceiling. It's just like there's a string pulling you up. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, place your hands on the mat, tuck your back foot, and come into downward facing dog. It's our first downward facing dog of the practice. So you can pedal out your feet here. Your fingers are spread out on the mat, fingertips gripping the mat, really lifting your hips up to the ceiling, and your heels are reaching to the ground. Now let's roll. So nice arched back out to your plank position. You might need to lengthen that a little bit here. Nice firm plank. If you want to put your knees down, you can. Holding it nice and firm. We're going to lower slowly all the way down. Untuck your toes and just come back up to tabletop again. Extend your left foot behind you on the ball of your foot and just rocking forward and back. Again, just maybe spreading your toes. Maybe lifting your left foot up, really reaching that heel up towards the ceiling hip distance, engaging your glutes and your hamstrings, and then finding your balance. Reach your right arm to the front of the room. Hips again are parallel to the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach to the back, trying to touch that little toe. Good. Lengthen out here. And then come in for a little toe tap. Reaching out, really stretching opposite directions. Coming back, toe tap. Now keep doing that, or try to grab your toe And lifting your chest and your left foot a little bit higher. Chest is opening to the front of the room. Then slowly bring your leg and hand down to tabletop and rock yourself back and forth or side to side. And here you can give yourself some circles if you want. If you want to do a couple cat-cows, you can. Whatever's feeling good in your body. Tuck your back toes and shoot your hips back up to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift to your hands, and exhale, step to the top of your mat, really bending your knees here because we're still warming up. A slight little ragdoll, so just letting gravity take hold of your body. And then reaching, raising up all the way. Head is last to rise up. And when it does, let's inhale our arms to the ceiling, maybe look to the ceiling, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's do a forward fold, so diving down or bowing down slightly. Maybe keeping our knees bent a little bit since we're still warming up. Inhale, flat back, so really pushing against your shins, your shoulders are down away from your ears, crown reaching to the front of the room. And exhale, down to forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold or dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Now plant your hands on the mat. We're going to step our right foot back towards the end of the mat and then the left foot. So you're back in plank here. Again, you can always lower to your knees. Your core is really engaged. Maybe starting to cultivate our Ujjayi breath. So breathing in and out of your nose. Slight restriction in the back of your throat. It's not permanent. Just breathing through that. Inhale, rock forward slightly so your shoulders are above your fingertips. And with your elbows into your ribs, we're going to lower slowly, as slow as you can. Maybe your chest and your pelvic floor reach the ground at the same time. And inhale, just lift your chest off the ground, rolling your shoulders away from your ears, coming up to cobra. Elbows into your side, neck is nice and neutral. Exhale everything down, push back up to your plank, or you can come back to tabletop and downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Now really reach your heel up to the ceiling. We're going to do some leg lifts here. So you can go as low as high as you want. Just engaging our core, our glutes and our hamstrings, warming those up. Just do that 3 or 4 times. Everybody reach your heel up. Bring your knee into your chest and try to reach your foot in between your hands. If it takes a couple steps, that's fine. Now keep your back heel lifted up. We're going to, finding our base, squeeze your hips together. Inhale, rise up to crescent lunge. Shoulders away from your ear. Your knee is maybe over your heel, and your back leg is nice and strong. Just breathing here, finding our crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten your front leg, really reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, grounding your fist down, which is called fist of fire. We're going to reach down, getting nice and low in our lunge. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms up straight, nice and controlled. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Inhale up, reach, reach, reach. We're going to open up to warrior 2. So your right arm is reaching to the front of the room, left arm to the back. Your gaze might be over your middle finger. Your base is nice and solid with your back foot really pressing away with the pinky side edge. Maybe getting a little bit lower with each exhale. Inhale, clasp your hands behind your back just like we did in our lunge, and inhale your chest wide open and come to humble warrior. So leaning down towards, turn your chest slightly to the left as you lower down, making sure your booty's not sticking out to the right. Like pretend there's a nice wall behind you, keeping you nice and in one line. And maybe your arms are coming overhead. Your neck is nice and neutral. Trying to really engage your core, not just dumping into the right leg. Now place your hands on the inside of your right foot. You might want to heel toe your right foot over to the side of your mat just to have a little bit more room. Dial your heel up to your back heel up to the sky, and then bend your back heel and jump or step up into yogi squat or malasana. So you're making sure your feet are, your knees are tracking wherever your toes are going. It's really important. And if you can't go all the way down, that's fine. You're just going to be here or even here. We're going to do some squats here. So we're going to get prepared. Inhale, squeeze everything together as we rise up and reach over to the right-hand side. Now come on down, slow and control. I don't want you just to fall into it. Go as low as you can. No need to go any lower than you possibly can. We're going to lean over to the left this time. Coming down, we're going to go one more time. I want to nice and control, squeezing all your muscles in and up. And really reaching to the right. And come back down. Place your hands on the mat. Step back into plank. Rock forward, lowering all the way down. Untuck your toe. Lift your chest to cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. And again, we're going to do those leg lifts. So you can do about 3 or 4, as slow as controlled as you want. Really squeezing everything when you reach up. Bring your heel up to the sky, knee to chest, reach your feet in between your 2 hands, finding your base, turn on your core, reach your arms up, crescent lunge on this side. Really squeeze your hips together. And if you're feeling anything in your lower back, just bend that back knee slightly. Your hips and your shoulders should be facing the front of the room. And look at your knee. Make sure it's not dumping to the right. Make sure it's really tracking that pinky side of your left foot. And again, just getting lower with each exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, lunging down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Reaching your arms up, back to crescent, open up to warrior 2. Again, making sure that knee is tracking your pinky side, shoulders away from your ear, reaching in opposite directions. Shoulders are over your hips. Using your breath, maybe sinking a little bit deeper. If you need to lengthen out your stance, that's totally fine. Inhale your arms behind your back, opening your chest, really lifting your chest up to the ceiling. Exhale, coming into humble warrior. So maybe take a slight turn to the left and then lowering down, letting your head fall. Trying again to dump into your thigh, really placing your body there. Head goes neutral, and then maybe your arms lifting up higher, but keep your shoulders away from your ears. Using your breath. Place your hands in the middle of, or on the left side of your left foot. Right heel turns up, bending your right foot in again. Yes, we're coming into the yoga squats. Let's get right into it. So coming into Malasana. Inhale up, let's lean to the left first this side. And coming down, one fluid movement. Again, going as low as you can. And if you just want to do your squats this low, that's totally fine. One more time to the left. And coming down, place your hands on the mat. Step back to plank. This time you can lower halfway or all the way to chaturanga arms if you like. If you took chaturanga, let's roll over our toes in the inhale to upward facing dog. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift to your hands. Exhale all the air out and step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise, big and strong. Maybe do a little back bend here. And exhale, hands at our center. Let's speed that up. So one breath, one movement. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Now step or hop back. If you hop back, land in bent arms. Inhale to the back bend of your choice, either upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right leg all the way forward. Keep your heel up. Rise up, crescent lunge. Big inhale. Straighten your leg. Exhale, lunging down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, get really low. Come back to crescent and open up to warrior two. Inhale, hands behind your back. Expand in your chest as we lower down, humble warrior. We're going to hold here for one breath. Go as low as you can. Place your hands on the mat. Heel toe your foot over so you can step into your malasana, however that looks in your body. Coming up to the right. Lowering down. Squeezing everything up. Squeeze when you get to the top. And coming down. And one more time, lean over to the right. Come on down. Place your hands on the mat. You can step or you can hop back. Lowering halfway or all the way. Upward facing dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. And inhale, left foot up. Exhale, left foot all the way through. Rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, lunge. 3 times. Inhale, straight. Exhale, lunge. Inhale. Exhale, get low. Back to crescent lunge. And open to warrior two. Inhale, hands behind your back. And exhale, humble warrior. One breath here. One breath out. Plant your hands on the ground, heel toe your left foot over, making room for your malasana. Good. Inhale, leaning over to the left. Good. Slow and control. Coming to the other side. And down. Good. Squeezing everything. Come on down. Get ready to step or hop back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your hands, exhale all the air out, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up big and strong. And let's do that one more time all the way through. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Come to a flat back. Hands on the mat, step or hop back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. However you would like to get there. You can skip all this if you want. And just meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot all the way through. Rise strong, crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lunge. Get really deep as you come back to crescent arms and open up. Warrior two. Inhale, clasp hands behind your back. And exhale, humble warrior. One breath here. Hands on the mat. Heel toe your right foot over. Into Malasana. Prepare, we're gonna inhale and up and down and up to the other side, like stretching that. You get a nice little side body stretch too. Come all the way down, step back, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, left foot forward, rise up, crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, get low. One more time, inhale. Exhale, get low. Raise or adjust your arms up, and then come into warrior two. Coming into humble warrior, so puff your chest up and lower down. Holding here for one breath. Hands on the mat. Prepare yourself to come into Malasana. Inhale to the left. Just 2 more times, guys. You can do this. Nice and control, really squeezing everything up to the center of your body. One last one. Let's make this a good one. Inhale all the way up. Squeeze everything together. Come on down. Hands on the mat. Step back. Lower halfway or all the way. Upward facing dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Okay, let's pedal out our feet here. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Let's go really strong this time. And hands to heart center. Let's stay here for a minute. Just catching our breath. So really feel your feet grounded on the ground. Lift up your toes maybe and just feel the 4 corners of your feet. Engage your quads so the tops of your knees are lifted. And your pelvic floor, don't stick it out, don't tuck it too in. Just have it nice and neutral. Core is engaged. Of course, your chest is open. Catching your breath here. So now that we're grounded here, we're going to lean everything over on our left foot, bringing our right foot to tree pose. So you can either use it as a kickstand down below on your shin, or you can try to place it on your thigh. Finding your balance, so really find a spot that doesn't move where your drishti, your gaze can look towards, just to help you with your balance. And then challenge yourself, maybe bringing your arms up, maybe giving yourself a little heart opener here, doing cactus arms and reaching your chest up. Maybe closing your eyes. Okay, let's bring our knee into our chest, and we're going to slowly bring ourselves back to warrior three. So as maybe looking at your gaze is going to be focused on the ground, at least that helps me. You may need your blocks. You can bring your blocks in front of you if that helps. Your heel is reaching to the ceiling, toes pointed to the ground, glutes are firing on. Squeeze your thighs together, trying to get your body and your leg parallel to the ground. Crown reaching to the ceiling. Holding here, breathing here. Now let's slowly, we're going to come back to crescent lunge. So slowly, like you're moving through molasses, come into your crescent pose. So good. Inhale. Here we are again. Inhale. Exhale. Let's come back to warrior two. Maybe getting a little bit deeper now that we're really warmed up. Again, maybe shifting those hips. So shift your left hip back a little bit so your left knee is following your pinky side of your foot. Inhale your hands together. We're going to come back to humbled warrior. Holding here for a breath. Now keep your legs exactly how they are. We're going to reach back to reverse warrior. Just using your core and your base to lift you up, then reach your left hand over your ear, coming into reverse warrior. So really try to keep that leg bent in front. Your right hand can go on your hip or your thigh. Just maybe your chest opens to the ceiling for a little heart opener again. Now straighten your front leg, reverse triangle. You can reach your left arm even further. Inhale, reach your left arm to the front of the room. Really reach it as far as you can go. Come into triangle. So your left hand goes on your shin, your right arm reaches for the sky. If you need to put a block on the behind your foot, feel free. If you want a little bit more, you can bring your right arm behind you, opening your chest up to the ceiling. And if you still need a little bit more, reach your left arm to the front of the room, like extending here, making sure you're not hyperextending that front knee. So keep a micro bend in that front knee. Good, plant your hands on the ground and come back to plank. We're gonna change it up a little bit. So keep your arms, or place your arms a little bit wide of your mat. We're gonna do some low or wide push-ups, if I can talk. You can bring your knees down if you want to. Just do 3 of those at your own pace, and then come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your hands. Exhale, all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Let's do the other side. So leaning everything to your right foot, finding your balance. Kickstarting your left foot on the ground, your shin or your thigh. Really pushing your left foot into your right thigh, finding your balance. We're going to challenge it a little bit here. Again, maybe closing your eyes or doing a back bend. Place your hands in heart center. Look towards the ground. We're going to come into warrior 3 on this side. So again, really extending that foot back behind you. Heels flexed, reaching for the back of the room. Holding here, squeeze your thighs together. Then lowering into crescent lunge. Inhale your arms up. Okay, exhale, open up to warrior 2. Coming back to humble warrior. So puff your chest up and lowering down. Holding here for a breath. Now turn on your legs and your core. We're going to rise all the way up to reverse warrior. So keep that bend in your right leg, reaching back with your right arm. Maybe opening your chest up to the ceiling. Now straighten your front leg, reverse triangle. You can go a little bit further with your right arm. And keep that front leg straight. Let's reach to the front of the room. Reach, 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 reach. Coming in a triangle pose on this side. Right hand goes to the ground or a block. Left arm reaches up, maybe looking to the ceiling here, opening your chest. If you need a little more, you can bring your left arm around, seeking out that right thigh. And if you still need a little bit more, really engage your upper body and reach your right arm to the front of the room. Good. Put your hands on the mat, turn your heel up, come back to plank, wide push-ups here again. Just do 3 of them, as fast or slow as you want, nice and control, as low as you want. Come to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your hands, exhale all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rising up. Let's speed that up a little bit. So coming into tabletop, raising your right leg wherever you can, holding here for a breath. Good, look to the ground. Come into warrior 3, extending your leg behind you. And slowly, slower than that, come into crescent lunge. Reach your arms up, big inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, clasp your hands, chest open as you lower down to humble warrior. Let's hold here for 1 breath. Engaging your legs and your core, reaching your upper body up, backwards to reverse warrior. Leg is bent. Inhale, legs straightens. And then exhale, reach to the front of the room. Coming into triangle. We're going to hold here for a breath. You'd like to take this, whatever variation you want. Okay, plant your hands on the ground. Come back to your push-ups. 3 of these. Good. Into downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Leaning on our right foot, bringing our left foot wherever it comes to for archery pose. Holding here. Looking to the ground. Reach back, warrior 3, reaching. Before you lower down, really reach, find warrior 3, and then come into crescent lunge. Big inhale. Exhale, open up warrior 2. Come into humble warrior. Holding for our breath. Turn on everything and reach your right arm back. Good. And now straighten your leg. Reach to the front of the room, triangle pose. Holding here for a breath. Plant your hands on the ground, come back. Yes, we're going to do 3 push-ups. Doing it wide this time, just to change it up a little bit, using slightly different muscles. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, all the air out. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rise up, and hands to heart center. Leaning on your left foot, right foot comes in. Finding your balance. Knee into your chest as you lean back, warrior 3. Now again, really find warrior 3, hit it, and then come to crescent lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior 2. Humble warrior, holding for a breath. And turn everything on. Reach back, reverse warrior. Really reach. And straighten your leg. Reach even further. Come to the front of the room into triangle pose. Again, 1 breath here. 1 breath out. And hands on the mat. 3 push-ups here. You can do narrow if you want, but again, just trying to use different muscles. Come into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift to your hands. Exhale, all the air out. Hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Rise up. Come to our right foot. Left foot comes into our right leg. Holding here. Come into warrior 3. Again, nice and slowly hit it. Crescent lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior 2, humbled warrior, holding for a breath here, and a breath out. Turn everything on, really grounding down and reaching back, reverse warrior. Straighten your leg, reach even further back, and then come forward into triangle pose. 1 breath here, 1 breath out. And turning down. Doing our push-ups again, really, you can always put your knees down if you want to. Now hold here, everyone. This is our plank. Really, this is going to be the strongest plank of the practice. So holding our core in, using your Ujjayi breath here. Lift your right knee up and place it by your right elbow and step it back. Placing your left knee by your left elbow, stepping it back. Now try maybe to get it to your shoulder and back, and your left to your shoulder. Really squeezing the side. Squeeze. Now you can speed this up or go as slow, as fast as you want. If you're on your knees, you can try to tap opposite shoulders. Something. Really exhale when you squeeze. Your core should be nice and strong here. This is what it feels like to get stronger, guys. So let's move through it, move through the discomfort. Now, pause here in your plank or wherever you are. Dial your heels to the left. We're coming into side plank. And you can always lower your knee down here. Reach your hips up. We're going to lower our hips and reach into the sky. Lower our hips and reach to the sky. Chest open. Lower our hips. Reach. 2 more times. Down and up. Squeeze. Down and up. Really squeeze, 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 squeeze. Come to plank. Let's do a couple more to the elbow. 5 of these. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Dial your heels to the right. Side plank on this side. Reaching with your left arm. Hips up to the sky. Reach it up. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. You do this with your knees closed. Just lift your hip up. One more. Really squeezing up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Coming to plank. Couple more of the elbow. You can do it, you guys. You can always put your knees down if you want, but try to stay up. Shaking is a good thing. Let's do this. Using your breath. Good job. Bring your knees down. Come into child's pose. You can have it narrow or wide. Your forehead reaching to the ground. Arms extended overhead, or if you are narrow, you can bring them down behind you. Catching your breath. Now, if you want to move on with me, you can, or if you want to stay in child's pose for a little bit, that's fine. We'll do a little bit more balancing stuff. So we're going to come back to downward facing dog if you're ready, and let's pedal our legs. Shaking our head, yes and no. Good. Now, inhale your right leg up. Bring your right knee to your right shoulder. It's kind of what we were doing before, but this time we're going to lower our leg down and then bring it back up. Lower it down, just 3 times, and up, and lower down. Now hold it up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bring your knee into your chest, plant your foot. Okay, keep your heel up, coming back into crescent lunge. Leaning forward so you're kind of parallel to the ground now. Lifting off your back toe, bring your left knee into your chest. Finding your balance here, shoulders away from your ears. Keep your right hand up. Bring your left leg behind you. You can grab it with your left hand. And maybe this is enough for you. That's great. If you want a little bit more, lean forward as you pull your back leg to the back of the room. So you're really pushing against your hand in the back and reaching your right arm forward, trying to keep your chest nice and open to dancer's pose. Couple of breaths here. Good, slowly come out of it. Good. Bring your heels up and lower all the way down, nice and slow. Sitting here, finding your balance with the toe pose. Place your hands on the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Bring your left knee to your left shoulder and lower down. Bring it up. Lower down. Bring it up. Lower down. Really squeeze it into the middle. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Try to put your heel down first and then your toe. Then rise up to crescent lunge, nice and strong. Leaning forward parallel. Tip, 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 toe. Knee into chest, nice and slow and controlled. Leave your left hand at this time. Bring your right foot back. Grabbing your right foot with your right hand. Again, just staying here, this is enough. Or if you need a little bit more, leaning forward. Lifting your right foot back into your right hand. Left arm reaching to the front of the room. If you fall over, that's awesome. Just get back into it. We're here to grow, get stronger, not be perfect. Coming back out of it nice and slow. Reaching up, heels up, lowering nice and slow and controlled. Back to toe pose. Pausing here for just a second, finding your balance. Lowering down. Try not to use your hands to lower you down, but if you can, that's fine. Lower down nice and slow. Bring your legs up. You're going to do some core stuff now. So keep your legs extended upwards. Your shoulders should be off the floor. Arms extended out. We're just going to pulse up. Maybe you can even tap the floor. Legs should be nice and active. If you want to bring them a little bit lower, you can. And if you want to speed it up, that's great. Just remember to breathe on your way up. Good, almost done. Good, keep your shoulders up. We're just gonna switch your legs. So grabbing your left leg, bring your knee to your face as close as you can, and then switching legs. There, your other leg can go as low as you want it to do. Try not to touch the ground. Just switching legs here. Again, nice and slow and controlled. Shoulders up. Being careful of your neck. If this is too much on your neck, then just bring it down a little bit. You can bend your knees too. Using your breath. Again, you're just getting stronger and stronger as you do this. You guys are doing awesome. Okay, let's bring our knees bent. Keep your shoulders off the ground if you can. We're going to do bicycles. So when you do your bicycles, really reach your shoulder to your knee as opposed to your elbow. Really getting that nice side or outer, whatever, twist is what I want to say. A nice twist in your body. If you want to bring your feet down, you can. Really extending your legs. Good, guys. Nice and slow and controlled, or you can do it fast. It's actually harder if you do it slower. Really feeling those muscles move in your core. I can feel them go side to side. We're almost done, you guys. Using your breath. Good. Let's do this for about 15 more seconds. We can do this. Try not to wrench your neck. Try to let your neck just lay into your fingers. And we're almost done. Let's do two more. 1 and 2. Yay. Stretch your legs out long, arms long. Really give yourself a big breath in. And breath out. Oh, that feels great. Bring your feet flat on the mat, but let's have them wide and bring your knees together. Using your breath just to slow your heart rate down. Heel toe your feet so they're hip distance apart. We're going to go into a bridge. If you want to do a supported bridge, and make sure you have your block with you. Kind of like we did at the beginning. So your feet are going to be parallel to each other and hip distance apart. And just try to get your heels as close to your bum as you can. We're going to lift our hips up to the ceiling, really engaging those glutes and those hamstrings by magnetizing your heel towards your head. And if you want a little bit more, you can wiggle your shoulders underneath your body and maybe clasping your hands, really opening up that chest. Try to have your neck nice and neutral, not strained. Squeezing your thighs towards each other so they stay parallel. Inhale your heels up. Let go of your hands, and we're going to lower slowly all the way down. Bring your knees out wide. We're going to windshield wiper them back and forth. Bring your knees into your chest, your hands behind your thigh. We're going to do another little forward and back rolling on our spine, just nice and gentle. Try not to use your legs for momentum. Just try to use your core to kind of get you up and down. Again, cross your ankles, come into tabletop again. So your wrists are under your shoulders again, and your knees are under your hips. We're going to come into a puppy pose. So really try, it's kind of like child's pose, but you want to keep your hips over your knees. It's a slightly different stretch. You want to keep your shins and the tops of your shoelaces really anchored towards the ground so that it takes the pressure off your knees. And we're going to tense our fingers. We're going to walk them out nice and long as you can get them, reaching our forehead to the ground, but again, keeping your hips over your knee. And really, once you're there, if your forehead's not reaching the ground, you can bring a block or a blanket or a pillow or something like that to bring the ground towards your forehead. And once you found your space, your pose, really open up your heart to the ground, really sinking your heart. Imagine your heart sinking to the ground, really opening that up. Now, if this is too easy for you, you're not really finding it, you're not really reaching your heart to the ground, try to get your chin on the ground instead of your forehead. And again, really sinking your heart to the ground. Slowly come up, moving your hands back to the tabletop, and let's come into a wide-legged child's pose. So knees to either side of the mat, big toes touch, and let your hips reach towards your heels. Let's come back up to tabletop and just swing your body around so you're coming with your bum on the ground. We're going to inhale, nice flat back, and exhale, rounding your back nice and slow all the way down. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's bring our blocks with us, or whatever you have. We're going to come into supported fish pose. So one block you're going to have right under your shoulder blades. So where your shoulder blades begin, the box should end. So you're having your shoulder blades over. And then you want your block to be at any height. So if you wanted to have like a less arch in your back, you can bring it to medium height. Or if you want to get a little bit deeper in the pose. So really trying to have your shoulder blades off that block. And your palms can be at either side of you, palms facing up. Just melting into that block, really opening your chest up to the ceiling. If you want a little bit more, you can try to straighten your legs. Unless that hurts your back, then don't do that. If this is hurting your back at all, then you can go into a supported bridge pose, which is just moving your block, remove the head thing and put your block under your sacrum. Bend your knees and put your feet flat on the ground. Just slowly roll over on your side. You can remove your blocks. We're going to come back to our back. So just rolling back over. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself little knee circles one way and then the other way. Bring your feet up, grabbing the backs of your feet, your shins, or your thighs, whatever's accessible to you, and just try to bring your hips down to the mat and your knees as close as you can to your armpits. It really melts your entire body into the mat. And then maybe rocking from side to side if that feels good in your body. And bring everything in together, squeezing it all together. Legs out nice and long, coming into your Shavasana. Whatever props you want to use to help you in this pose, that's fine. Maybe a blanket or pillow under your knees. I invite you to keep your eyes closed, palms facing up, and letting go of any breathing techniques or judgment. I have a short little passage that I'm going to read you, and if it doesn't resonate with you, just ignore it, but maybe it will. In our deepest moments of struggle, frustration, fear, and confusion, we are being called upon to reach in and touch our hearts. Then we will know what to do, what to say, how to be. What is right is always in our deepest heart of hearts. It is from the deepest part of our hearts that we are capable of reaching out and touching another human being. It is, after all, one heart touching another heart. Roberta Sage Hamilton. Take a deep breath in, sigh out. Wiggling our fingers and our toes. Maybe rolling out our wrists and our ankles. Legs together, arms overhead, nice big stretch. And bring your knees into your chest. Roll over whatever side is comfortable. Maybe your head is in your hands. Taking a breath here. Using your hands to push yourself up, coming into a nice seated position. Maybe your eyes are still closed or gazing at the ground. Feeling your sits bones on the ground, nice long spine. Let's place the left hand on your heart and your right hand on top of it, bowing down slightly. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. The love in my heart bows down to the love in each of your hearts. Namaste. Thank you so much.